Okay.
Hey, John. That's someone who works. That's someone who works in this industry. John, I donated $100 to your campaign. Good luck.
Wow. Thank you, JB. We are now at over $210 raised so far.
Now, but the one thing I do agree with you, John, is the term limits. I agree with that. Term limits when it comes to Steve and
And JB, if there's any videos you want me to delete on YouTube that may have your name, I'm more than willing to delete them now. 100% delete it immediately.
Delete what? I'm sorry.
Any YouTube videos from Clown House.
No, I'm doing it. Thank you. Hold on. How much do I have to get my videos deleted?
I mean, you could give $1. I delete them at this point.
I mean, at this point, I feel like there's got to be at least 10,000 of them. If I were to give like a penny for each of them, that would be equitable for me. I'm really don't take it this seriously. You are in a local election. I think that's very important. Local is more important than federal in my eyes. So what are you going to do?
No, this is a federal election. I'm running for Congress in 16th Congressional District.
Even worse. So what are you going to do for the 16th district? What are you going to do?
Well, you have to ask yourself, if you were the leader of your people, what would you want to do for your people? One is lower their property taxes. I know, but I'm telling you, any good, pragmatic, common sense person who wants to help his people would lower their property taxes and lower their income tax burden. Also, maybe eliminate private and public debt on their behalf. Those would be 3 great things that a good leader could do for their people. Okay, I'm going to tell you again what I'm going to do for the people of the 16th District of Illinois. I'm going to work my ass off to get your property taxes down as low as possible, your income taxes down as low as humanly possible, and eliminate any of your private or public debt that you are associated with. Those are the 3 things I'm going to work for the people in my district. Because you know what? Money matters. Money is time. And we're $37 trillion in debt kicking a can down the road. Do you want to crush this can and kick it? Or do you want to just keep kicking it down, with a fresh can? You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to tell the people.
You're giving Kamala with the coconut.
Let me grok that for you, young man, and I'll find the biggest Fortune 500 corporations in the 16th district. Oh, I know they're there. I know some of the major corporations.
Number one issue for the people of your district, do you even know?
Well, I would assume it's property taxes and income taxes.
No, the correct answer is the number one issue for Caterpillar, which they're bitching and complaining about, and they're saying could lead to lost jobs in your specific district is fucking tariffs. And they're getting hammered with the tariffs, right? So that should be, if you're trying to get people to vote for you in your district, you should know what their issues actually are. Because people are at risk of losing their jobs in their district over the situation that's fucking going on, right?
Thanks, Mother.
Property taxes and the deficit is a nice talking point, but focus on your actual district.
I'm focused. And Mother, listen, this is a decentralized campaign. I'm willing to listen to anybody. And my favorite, because I've done a lot of campaigning, in the streets, at the subways, gathering signatures, and a lot of people want to talk to you. And my favorite thing to ask them is, if you were in charge, what are the 3 things you would want to accomplish for your people? So, Mother, if you were running in the 16th district, what would you want to do for the people of the 16th district of Illinois?
Okay, so I actually grew up in this district, so this is a district I know very well, right? So the number one thing is that you have to condition a law enforcement to get Rockford back under control, because when they took down the gangs in fucking Chicago, a significant portion of them migrated up to Rockford. So they need a lot more resources to help get that back under control. The second thing is getting additional manufacturing jobs, which have been crippled in this area, specifically back into that area through tax incentives, etc., right? Then you got to go down to the southern part of your fucking district, which is Peoria, Illinois, and Normal, etc., right? And those areas are predominantly manufacturing-focused, agricultural-based products. So you need to get them in a position where they are exporting a lot of corn, etc., whatever, to other countries. Are getting fucked too with what's going on with the different tariffs and back and forth with China, right? So those are the main issues for the main people that are employed in your district, and I cannot believe you don't know that, John. You should fucking know this. long have you been in this district?
Oh, I know it now, Mother. Also, I want to announce that there is a clubhouse town hall happening right now. What a coincidence, because this is technically the Republican Illinois Town Hall Convention here, where we're raising funds for the campaign to elect John Kitover. Our campaign website is johnforcongress.com. If you want to follow the campaign on YouTube, it's John_Kitover_Congressman on YouTube and X.com. The profile handle is John Kitover, Illinois. Some of you may appear on some of my YouTube videos. Some of you may have a lot of fun watching my YouTube because you're there. You've been recorded onto Clownhouse onto YouTube.
I'm sorry, I came off a little strong. I apologize, John.
Oh, that's okay, Mother. I fully expect it. And I appreciate all the information because I'll never forget the caterpillar.
Yeah, they were considering at one point relocating outside the state of Illinois. The tax issue is a problem, right? But it's not the number one problem. Like the property tax, etc. For people, like, yes, property taxes in Illinois are an issue, but it's like item number 10.
Well, I got to tell you, I am a homeowner, and the property taxes are insane. The water, the sewer, the garbage, it just never ends. And mom and pop landlords, they can't make it. It's impossible at this point. You can't turn a profit.
Hey, John, what branch of the military did you serve in?
I was in the Army National Guard.
Thank you for your service.
I was an infantry. I started off as an infantry PFC, then a specialist, then a sergeant, and then I got commissioned into the Army Intelligence, and I served from 2002 to 2006. So, I'm all.
Where were you at?
I was all around the United States: Fort Benning, Georgia; Fort Huachuca, Arizona; Fort Lewis, Washington. Again, I was in the Army National Guard, which Donald Trump is currently deploying to all of our major sanctuary cities. Praise God.
Well, everybody should check out my PTR, follow my thing, even if you give them $5, man. Support the campaign, support Mojo's campaign, his pseudo campaign manager. It's $5 you cheap fucks.
$1 even, because I want you on the list. I want your name in the FEC website showing that you gave $1. If I gave you $1 before, give me the $1 back. Fork it over. Fork it over.
Maybe I should run for Congress in this district.
Maybe you should.
I'm just kidding, John. I'm not moving for.
I think there should be hundreds of people running for these congressional seats. Instead, there's just a handful. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. There should be hundreds of people fighting for these positions.
You have to decide which mayor I'm going to vote for, but that's the only thing I'm worried about down here.
Okay, let me ask Cool C the question. Cool C, if you were running for Congress or you were a leader of your people, what would you do for your people?
I would actually find out what's important to them, find out what jobs or what data centers are important in my area, if they're building new data centers, and how they could enrich the AI for the local businesses around me at this moment, and what I could do to raise the wages of the low to middle class people, and get them very well into homes if they're not there, what things I can do for their health care, what I should be advocating for, because just saying you're going to cut things, you have to have things in place. If you're going to cut something, you need to have something else in place that will give them the opposite and equal opportunity to get further in life. So if you're going to cut Medicare, what opportunity or what consortium are you going to use to give them better benefits for their job, to give them better health care? John, I think that's one on that. John, if I donate more money, can I pick a person for you to kick out? Thank you.
It's possible.
Wow, you want to kick me out, huh? Sorry. Man, shut up, you moron. I wasn't even talking about you.
John, do you have access to all of the people in that district, like their contact information, like their phone numbers, whatever?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Well, you know how to get that, right? Because it's public. You can get that.
I'll help him with that. Can you guys support the campaign? So here's the call. Roll call.
So
we're almost 30 minutes into this, and we'd like to, at the top of the hour, talk about this. But right now, I want you to prayerfully consider what your donation size is going to be. And I would like to set a floor of $3.50. So if you can just reach into your pockets and give $3.50, just click on the link above. A minimum of $3.50 is all it would cost to get somebody on the ballot to help run for you, to help represent you in Congress. This is the most important election of your life, and this is the most important step of the way. Reaching into your pocket and making a commitment to John Kitover for Congress. You can do this. At the top of the hour, I'm going to read off how much money that we've raised in this room, and I would love for that number to be enough for us to hire the right people to go knock doors to be able to get John on the ballot, because if we can get John on the ballot, we can get John on the debate stage. If we can get John on the big debate stage, we can embarrass these career politicians, and we can send John Kitover to Congress to represent the American people.
It's a powerful endorsement.
John, how long do you have to get on the ballot? How much time you got?
We have to get about 25 signatures a day leading up to about mid-February.
Oh, you could definitely do that.
Because you need you need 20,000.
I'm not sure on the exact number. I haven't actually researched the exact number that we need.
20,000.
I don't think it's 20,000. I think that might be a 10-to-1 ratio that you're quoting here. Kitty, welcome to the room. So a lot of these things, a lot of these questions, like I don't even I've searched for the ballots that I need to get filled out, and I actually have not been able to find them with some very simple Google searches. So the campaign does need help. We need to actually get the PDF, right now. So if you can find the PDF that we need to get signatures on, post it in the chat. Send the link right now. This is a coordinated approach to running this campaign.
And then, hey, John, my mom, I've got my whole family in Chicago.
Okay, sorry. I'm watching John on YouTube, and John, I'm watching how you're laughing behind the back of people who are asking you questions, including Roger, including JB. This is extremely disrespectful. I've posted in the chat the link to the live YouTube, so you can see how John is fooling with you, and how he's playing with you. This is so bad.
Thank you, Rick. Everybody, watch the YouTube live stream and look at me in my office. Go ahead, finish up, Rick. And if you want, post the link in the chat so everybody can see me live streaming this room. Thanks, Rick.
I already did.
Okay, fantastic.
Rick, you're doing your part.
If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Now click on my profile. The YouTube link is also there, and I'll put it in the chat. And if you haven't donated $1, just $1 to this campaign, you really don't care about yourself, because this is your campaign. I'm not separating from Clown House if we get into Congress. You want to be on a podcast? You want to let the American people know what you're thinking or feeling about the news, about Ukraine, Russia, Israel, China, whatever it is. It's going to be an open book. I'm fully transparent. You can go to my YouTube and, watch me in my office 24/7 live streaming Clown House.
Just looking at, hold on one second. There is literally zero filing fee in Illinois to run for Congress. So the filing fee is not a factor. And the amount of signatures needed to run as a Republican is 536 signatures. So I think we can get those signatures pretty quickly.
Illinois.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're Polish, so there's I got millions of siblings, cousins, aunts, my mom, my brother, all in that city. So I'll send that link to them.
Yeah, I ran for committeeman about 2 years ago, and I generated over 750 signatures just by doing door knocking and being at the train. And I hired multiple people off of Craigslist to help me get those signatures. And guess what? Most of those people who helped me get signatures were African Americans from Chicago who hate the political industrial complex that they know they're getting scammed by. So my number one campaign volunteers were African Americans. Isn't that interesting? And I'm not being facetious. I'm being 100%. I can post the selfies without the campaign volunteers. But the point is, The Chicago GOP are a bunch of corrupt demacucks, and they challenged every single signature that I generated, and I fell short by, I don't know, 20, 50 signatures, whatever it was. They got me kicked off the ballot. They sued me. I had to go to court twice. They spent $10,000 challenging me. They failed to produce any witnesses. I tried to request that the woman they installed would actually appear in the court, but she didn't. They just sent a lawyer. And, so the point is, this campaign, we have to verify that all the signatures are actually registered to vote. And it's a very it's not complicated, it's time consuming, it's laborious. So all the signatures we get, we're going to hopefully do like a signature and an address verify. So when they do go to challenge, say we get 1,000, we'll have enough to actually get on the primary and on the ballot. There are some other people that I'd like to invite to this room who can talk about the campaign work that has been leading up to this moment. But if you haven't shared this room yet, share it on X. Hit that little share icon, post it to your X account, post it to your Instagram messages, send this room to all your friends on Instagram. If you want to screen record the room and post it to your YouTube, or you want to send us $1, send us $1 right now. I don't know how long this room will go, but I can't thank Mojo enough for organizing it. I have thoroughly enjoyed Clubhouse because of Mojo and his super positive vibration. And, I know all of you quite well in this room and on the stage right now. So I thank you all for being here.
So, like Norm Green, did you get that many votes again?
Norm Green get those many votes again? What was that, Quilcy? Sorry, did you want to repeat yourself, Quilcy? I couldn't understand what you were saying.
I guess, are you trying to get Rogers' vote like he did for Norm Green? Or whoever else voted for him?
I did vote for Norm Green for president, but this is quite different. This is actual ballot access. Norm was not on the ballot. Norm was a write-in. This is going to be a major campaign. This is going to be a challenge to the system of power in this country. We're going to have somebody working in Washington on our behalf. And so I would just ask anybody that has a patriotic bone in their body, that cares about national security related to the debt that we have, $37 trillion worth of debt. That's a lot of money, folks. It's a lot of money. And we have one person that's running for office that wants to turn that around. And that man's on the stage right now with you. He's spending his time campaigning for you guys. So all we can do to support him, just click that link above, reach into your pockets, and go ahead and give him some of your money to support it. And if you can't afford it today, that's fine. The campaign's ongoing. You can share on all of social media. That helps. Send a link to his campaign to all of your family and friends that are politically minded. If you know activists, people that care about government, go ahead and send this link to them so they can donate.
John, quick question on the verification of the signatures. Do you have a service, or how do you plan on doing that so that they don't pull that same type of move on you this time around?
It's a great question. I'm not exactly sure how you can efficiently do it, or how you even do the lookup with the state of Illinois Election Commission.
That's a Marshall question. We should defer to Marshall when he gets in.
I'm gonna be honest, I changed my profile pic and then I saw JB's and now I'm gonna rechange it. But I'll donate more when I can, John. I promise. And I'll send it out to like my whole family. Mojo, you should encourage everybody to have something like that as their PTR.
Well, people don't have to share that. And by the way, don't feel bad about the dollar amount. It could be $1. I'm encouraging people to only donate $3.50. Now, if you have quite a bit of extra cash laying around, you can donate $350. I think the Tree 50 plan is really the way to go here. So if you can spare $3.50, donate it to John Kitover for Congress, and you can do so by clicking the link above.
And I will add, it took me about a month to get this checking account open, but the banker in the end, she was very helpful. Robin at Parkway Bank, persistence and kindness is what got this checking account opened. It's been added to our Antidote account today. And sure enough, they had to have another signature confirmation from the bank. So the banker, Robin, very quickly sent us a letter with her signature on it so Antidote could open up that account as soon as possible. Many fiscal conservatives like Thomas Massey are using Antidote to raise funds for their campaign. It's very quick and easy to use. And all you have to do is click the link above, send the campaign to elect John Kitover $1 or $10 or $200 or $500 if you want. Your money will be deployed in terms of organizing ballot signatures in Rockford, Peoria, Bloomington, Illinois, Peckins. You can go to johnforcongress.com to see more content, a letter that I wrote to the citizens of Illinois or in District 16 to rouse their Abraham Lincoln patriotism, because Illinois is the land of Lincoln. And if Abraham Lincoln was today, how do you think Abraham Lincoln would feel about 37 trillion in funded debt liabilities and 100 trillion in unfunded debt liabilities?
John, I'm posting in the chat some masterpieces of yours from your YouTube channel. I think it's delicious. I think it's beautiful. And continue posting. Okay, John.
Thanks, Rick. Are you the guy that said you're going to come and kill me and you're going to get me because I'm not with you in terms of supporting terrorists and your Free Palestine movement? That's you, right, Rick?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Rick. You're a valuable asset to this campaign. We need guys like you so we know who we need to target in terms of security.
So, John, I put a link in the chat, and that's 2025. The people that are running in every the glossary of it, and what you'll have to do, and the calendar.
John, Israel came up. Can you talk to us about your support for Israel?
Yeah, I've been to Israel. I took a birthright trip, even though my mother's not Jewish and she's gorgeous. I lied on my birthright application with Shorashim. I said she's Jewish so I could go on the free trip. Now, many of you will think that's unethical, but I just want to let you know it was a fantastic trip. I got to meet with Mr. Bronfman, met with Israeli generals. I met with Palestinian dissidents who don't like the terrorism and the fascism of Islamic Palestine. And it was an incredible experience. So if there's one country in the world that I would like to support militarily, it's 100% Israel. Now, I'm not taking any AIPAC money. Don't you worry. I'm not going to get influenced by AIPAC. But if AIPAC does want to contribute funds, they can go to johnforcongress.com. No, I'm just kidding. But we're not pursuing AIPAC. Maybe we will. But I stand strong with Israel, and I stand stronger against terrorist Palestinian and Islamic fascist cocksuckers who can't seem to keep their hands in their pockets and seem to love launching rockets every single week. October. I don't know if you've ever gone to the October 7th Wikipedia page, but actually reviewed the military campaign by the Palestinian jihadist brigades and what the Israeli brigades were and the key actors. It's really fascinating to read that October 7th Wikipedia page, even though I'm sure it's not that accurate. But it's still fascinating.
John, could you open the link that I've posted, and can you explain to everybody what you meant in those videos when you were wearing the devil's horns and this YouTube shorts? Can you explain that?
Sure. There's these filters on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat where they allow you to become a devil. And I'm just kind of surprised, that they allow this type of Satanism on these social media platforms to people put these filters over. And, I didn't create it. It wasn't me. My name's John Kitover. I'm running for Congress. And I got to say, a lot of the culture and the content, that these platforms allow people to put out, it's sadistic. And so I was just merely using their artistic, frames and lenses to see what I could create.
So would that make you the clown?
Correct. I'm a comedian.
Like you call us on here?
Correct. It's Clown House. A lot of clowns on here. You know it. I know it. A lot of clowns here. Love to crack jokes, troll, waste your time, talk about nothing, have heated conversations, road rage all day long. Those types of clowns cool. See, I know those types of clowns here. Do you?
So are you one of them?
I try not to be.
Yes, you
I
think
try
you are.
not to be.
So
Today we read a book. You know, most of the clowns on here have never read a book on this app. They mostly just scream and get very angry about everything. And whatever topic that comes up, they're a subject matter expert on it. Doesn't matter. People want to talk. People want to get that dopamine feedback loop going through social audio. That's the way the brain works. I don't know how to explain it any better than that.
John, I agree with you. So, will you split the money with Roger tonight, next year? Is that the mechanism?
No, this money is going to go all towards the campaign to people that want to work as a contractor on the campaign, because we probably won't raise enough to hire a full-time employee. That would be very difficult to do. But I am 100% sure, based off of my former campaigning, that there are patriots living in the 16th district of Illinois that it makes them sick to their stomach to know that this Congressman, Darren LaHood, has spent $20 trillion in debt in 10 years. We're creating $2 trillion a year in debt. This guy's been there for 10 years. He's created $20 trillion in debt. Who likes that? I don't like that. You like that?
So, is there a response to that?
created or the government created? Was it his individual?
It's his HR acts. On Grok, I asked Grok, correlate the HR acts that he has voted on and the Open Secrets Fortune 500 donors, and you will see that there's a 100% correlation between every vote he made and every dollar he collected by Fortune 500 donors. And Open Secrets proves it. It's right there. He's raised $10 million from Big Pharma, big health insurance, big telecom. Big insurance companies back this guy because of Medicare, Medicaid. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, Cigna. Why do you think they give these people money? Because they keep passing multi-trillion-dollar omnibus bills that keep their profits flowing. It's a must. But I believe that most of the fraud in the system is being done by the providers that are actually taking the revenue from the government through Medicare, Medicaid submissions. So it's not the American people that are committing fraud. It's these major health insurance corporations like United Healthcare, Aetna, Cigna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and a dozen other Cardinal Health systems. They all make billions of dollars off of your taxpayers and by the federal government borrowing and spending to keep paying them. Is that fair to you? No, it's not fair to you, the consumer who needs health care.
Do you align yourself with MAGA, like Martin Taylor Greene?
No. I voted Trump twice, but I think that, economic sciences, common sense, pragmatism, rationalism, like you can't just keep borrowing and spending. But I support President Trump. I like Stephen Miller. I like conservatives in general who are willing to stand up against the woke mind virus, which is still persistent and everywhere. So, to say MAGA, it doesn't mean anything to me, because when you file to run, it's Republican. And a lot of people like to say MAGA or Zionist. These are just abstract terms, for patriotism. So if you're not, and I don't mean nationalist as in a fascist, but you should have your country, in your heart in terms of like supporting the president, rooting for the team. I mean, this is your country, and a lot of people aren't rooting for their own team.
John, do you know it's illegal to record people while they're talking on Clubhouse with other phones? Like, you guys can see.
It's not illegal. It's not illegal. Clubhouse to actually have it in their role. You're allowed to record. You choose to be in here. You're choosing. So the fact that Clubhouse allows it, they also allow recording themselves, repeat. So that's
Cool Steve, shut your mouth. Listen, I'll tell you why. We didn't come here to talk about whether or not we can or cannot record people on the Clubhouse app. We came here to talk about the fact that John Kitover is going to represent the American people in Congress. Now, that's what we should be talking about. We should be asking real questions, not asking questions about why he streamed videos onto YouTube. We should ask questions about, John, what are you going to do about those that want to trans the kids?
Well, I'm going to cut the funding off. It's $100,000 to transition a young boy, to cut his genitalia off and give him the puberty blockers when that young child has a mental health disorder suffers from depression is getting lied to by Democrat LGBTQ activists that need to essentially do vote harvesting and gather in more victims for their own misery in life. So I think cutting their funding and distributing communication about education with regards to depression and gender dysphoria, that's the type of action I'm interested in.
That's right. Cut funding, not genital.
I have a question. Hello, Kitty. I have a question for you, John. Why did you choose to go along the Republican line? Have you thought about doing Republican, also running as an independent, so you're guaranteed to get on the debate stage?
Yeah, when I ran for committeeman, I realized, when you go and you vote in the ballot booth, there's Rep, Dem, and Lib. And for Lib, that stands for Libertarian. So it does seem like you can get on the ballot by being a part of this third party. But my disgust and disdain and anger with the Chicago GOP and Illinois GOP, because they're just a bunch of disorganized, effeminate demagogues. I feel like dealing with the problem, in your own house, because I have always voted Republican, is the place to start. And Darren LaHood in the 16th, who has been there for 10 years and created $20 trillion in debt, I think this is his time to leave. And he has announced that he's running again, and he's not seeking the governorship or a senator seat. So he's got a lot of seniority now in Congress because he's been there 10 years. So he's gonna keep voting for more omnibuses, and he's just gonna keep expanding the debt by $2 trillion a year.
What's up, Steve? What's up, El? The water bowl?
Hi. I have a question for John. I think is relevant because most politicians are either asked it if they don't offer it. Hi, John. John, are you there?
I'm here, Uncle Steve. Go ahead. What's your question?
Tell us about your family life. Tell us about what your mom, dad did for a living. Brothers, sisters. Also, are you married? Do you have children? Thank you.
Yeah, my dad was a Chicago police officer for 30 years, and my mom was a postal carrier for 30 years, and they're both retired, living on a pension, healthy, happy. And my sister has worked in sales, marketing, and consulting across different industries. Everybody is doing well. My sister recently got married. I'm single. I'm ready to mingle. I use Hinge and Bumble to try to find dates every Friday, Saturday night if I can, because I'm looking for a beautiful shidducha. That's a wife. And I have no children. But, this is my life. Everything is good. And it seems like, running for Congress was destiny.
Follow up. Are there many people or any people in Congress that are not married?
You're asking me a double negative here, Steve?
Do you know how many people in Congress are married? And if so, how many?
I would say probably 80-90% of people in Congress are married and have children.
Thank you.
Follow-up question to Uncle Steve, whom I really care about and respect. Uncle Steve, what in the crap was that line of questioning? One, I'm really proud of John now, more so than ever, and bless his mother's heart for having a husband that was a Illinois cop. But why would you ask those things?
Maybe you didn't hear the very start of the question where I said that I believe it's relevant because most members of Congress either voluntarily put it out or ask it. So I don't think it's bullshit or crap questions at all. If you take a look at anybody that's running for Congress on their brochures, they will talk about what their education is. They might not talk about their mom and their dad, but they absolutely talk about if they have spouses and children. I don't think it's a crap question at all. And I'm sure if it was a crap question, he would.